Congratulations on the job. Welcome to West Michigan. You know, you mentioned it a little bit, but what was it about Kalamazoo and this Bronco program where you said, now's the time, I'm ready to be a head coach?
Yeah, really just the way that this program has been built, the history and tradition and pride of our program. And I felt like that there was unwavering support to give us what we need to be successful. And so those things excited me about this program, and I think we're really ready to take the next step. There's obviously a lot of hard work that goes into that, and we're going to roll up our sleeves and outwork our competition.
You have an offensive background as a collegiate wide receiver, Arena Football League wide receiver, coached running backs at several stops. You were the offensive coordinator in Louisville. Would you describe yourself as an offensive coach, or do you not want to have that label?
Well, I want to be the head coach here and really manage all aspects of our program, be able to touch every aspect, and I want to be able to hire great coaches around me. I think what's important for me is to surround myself with great coaches, great teachers, great men of character, and then let them do their jobs. Obviously, they will execute my mission and vision for our program, and they'll love on our players just like I will, but I want to be able to touch every aspect of the program, and I believe it's hard when you are the play caller and you want to be super involved on one side or the other to do all the other head coaching responsibilities. Some guys do it really well, but it's my first time as a head coach. I just want to be able to manage all aspects of our program.
And you have a lot of time, obviously, to put together a staff. Some coaches come in already knowing I like guys like this. They're people I've worked with. When you build your staff, will you be looking toward those relationships that you've cultivated in this industry, over your career?
Yeah, I want to hire the best coaches possible. Relationships are important to me, but I want great men of character. I want energy, passionate guys that can teach and be great leaders and help give our players the tools to be successful, because ultimately our coaches will pour into our players, and then our players is what makes us successful on the field.
You've had a lot of success as a recruiter as well. I know that was one of the things mentioned about you when you were at the University of Notre Dame, that you were an excellent recruiter at building relationships that you talked about. I know the same happened when you were in Louisville for your one stint. What is it about those relationships at the high school level when you're trying to build recruiting relationships that you feel you really excel at?
Yeah, recruits, players, that's the lifeblood of our program. They impact whether we win or lose, whether we have jobs, and that part is not important. What's important is giving them the tools to be successful. I think so many coaches try to use players for what they can do for them. I want to be committed to our players, and I think that that's authentic. I think that people understand that and realize that. I'm going to love our guys, I'm going to care for our guys, but I'm also going to challenge them, push them, and hold them accountable. And I believe that relationships and investing in them, letting them know that I care about them and love them and believe them will give them belief in themselves.
And you also mentioned, attainable goals, championship goals. You mentioned the Cotton Bowl a few years ago, watching Western Michigan ascend to a 12-0 or ascend to a 12-0 season. How important do you think it is as a head coach knowing that you have something to build off of that? You can show players what can be done here, what can be accomplished here, if everyone buys into the vision.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things that drew me to, the other thing that drew me to this program. They've done it. They've won championships. They've had an undefeated season. They've gone to a Cotton Bowl. Look at the support from our local community, from our president, our AD. I mean, the people here want to give us everything that we need to be successful. And I think that recruits and their families will be excited and want to buy in because you will have them tangible evidence to show them.
It was also mentioned in your press conference, you're the first Native American head coach in Western Michigan football history. And I'm reading from your bio on how you were raised and your strong family ties. I can see with your own family, I can tell how important that is to you. I can tell how important your heritage is to you. When someone says you are the first to accomplish something, what does that mean for you and your heritage?
Pride. It gives me great pride, but also responsibility. I think that I want to make people proud of what I've done and continue to build on a successful program and bring a championship here to Kalamazoo.
And my last one for you, I know you got to hit the ground running. You mentioned that signing day is in a few days away, and then you get to the dead period. What are you looking forward to most doing right away here now that you're the head football coach at Western Michigan University?
Yeah, the first thing and first thing I want to do is meet with our players, get to know our players. We had a team meeting today, and that's a general setting, but I want to be able to connect, especially with our upperclassmen, our leaders. I think that that's important for them to know what they're getting in me, and then to help challenge and motivate, because the work starts now. If we want to be successful in the fall, we have to have a great off season. We have to win the off season.